This was Mr. Trump departing Florida and then arriving in New York, where he'll make history, becoming the first former president to be criminally indicted and answerable to more than 24 charges related to alleged hush money payments and business fraud, amid heightened security, as the city's mayor explained on Monday.
While there may be some rabble-rousers thinking about coming to our city tomorrow, our message is clear and simple. Control yourselves. New York City is our home, not a playground for your misplaced anger. We are the safest large city in America because we respect the rule of law in New York City. And although we have no specific threats, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is known to spread misinformation and hate speech, she stated she's coming to town. While you're in town, be on your best behavior. As always, we will not allow violence or vandalism of any kind. And if one is caught participating in any act of violence, they will be arrested and held accountable, no matter who you are.
Protests in support of the former president have so far been small or relatively muted. But this could change on Tuesday, with some Republican lawmakers expected to rally outside court, accusing Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg of prosecutorial misconduct, despite having little information about the crimes Trump's been accused of.
The indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue sends a terrible message to the wider world about American justice. So I'm very troubled by it, but I think the American people will see through it.
Trump taking to social media saying it would be impossible to get a fair trial in New York, while labeling the presiding officer a Trump-hating judge.
No matter what they charged the former president with, he is the former president of the United States. Selecting a jury would be difficult, right? Very difficult to find jurors who've never heard of Donald Trump, don't have an opinion about the man. Difficult to, deal with protests and potential outrage and, the safety of everyone involved, right? There have already been some threats made against the prosecutor.
And while this is a criminal proceeding, the politics proving hard to ignore, given that the former president, now a defendant, is again running for the Republican nomination in 2024.
It's hard for me to believe that this won't in some way have a significant impact in the political race. I'm not a political expert, but I think it's fair to say that, as I've been questioned about this, I've also been just reading and hearing a lot from different political leaders saying it's going to transform the Republican primary or the Democratic and Republican race for the general election. I'm not an expert on that, but it goes without saying that having a major candidate for president under criminal felony indictment has to have some impact.
At the center of this case, hush money payments to at least one woman in 2016, adult film actress Stormy Daniels, who claimed a sexual encounter with Trump in 2006, as the political theater of this moment plays itself out in front of the world's media. Shervin Briceby's SABC News, New York.